Hello, my name is Visor. Welcome to game 18 of Let's Play game Dev Tycoon. Last episode, we made our first sequel, Bite the Bullet 2, Bite Harder, but unfortunately the game did not do too well. Now, somebody did comment, DeadFastCZ, that, this game universe seems to judge games on a 0 to 10 scale, as opposed to the real world, which seems to do a 7 to 11 scale. So maybe we shouldn't be too down that we only had a score of 6.75. I mean, overall, we did cover our costs, we gained some new knowledge, we're doing it alright. However, this episode, we're not going to be doing another sequel, just because I made that restriction, because otherwise, my remaining games could all be sequels and that'd be boring as hell. So, you might have noticed that my research points is a lot lower. Basically, I researched all the game features that I could, and ended up with no research points left. Only thing I didn't research was 2D graphics in V2. So, first off, this episode, we're going to make a game engine. So, as you can see here, we have 3D graphics V2. We need to level that up. Branching story. We also have multiplayer, which we're not going to use for every game. We also have Easter eggs, better AI, and everything else is the same. We still have no reason to get mono sound just because why would we do it? Even if I wanted to make a game with low sound requirements, I would still at least get stereo sound. It's just such a minor investment. As for the game engine, what should we name it? I'm thinking we could name it 3D V2 Engine. After all, we made this engine just to level up 3D graphics V2. So let's start work on the engine. Now Kelly is on vacation right now. Hopefully this won't affect our research points too much. Oh, and also, I did do something for G3 off camera. I picked a small booth because, well, we don't really need the hype right now. Though I am a little concerned right now because our sync with the G3 is totally off. We're not releasing games when G3 starts right now, and we're not getting that free hype. We probably should, But sadly, since we're making an engine in this game, we're going to be out of sync for a little longer. Or I guess I could just take forever to make a game. That's also an option. Alright, so our game engine is just about done. Now, one of the things we have to research now is... Well, no, not research. One of the things we have to consider researching is large games. When we first did medium games, we were woefully unprepared. But it did make more money than pretty much all our other games. Well, most of our other games. So it was still kind of worth it. Do we want to try a large game? I'm thinking no. Just because now we know that for a medium game we need maybe 3 to 4 employees. I figure a large game will need a lot more than just 5. So it's probably not a good choice to go for large games. Instead, we're going to use our 60 research points to train the other employees. Well, most of the other employees. I'm not going to train Kelly. Because instead of training her, I'm going to have her make a cheap and really bad game. Now you might be wondering, why are you doing this again? You already tried this. Well, I want to do something a little different. This time, when I make that really bad game, I'm going to spend no money on it and then trash it. If I'm able to do a game report on a trashed game, then I can gain a lot more data. And I'm totally willing to throw away the money just to gain that information. Because knowledge is important, and we need more of it to build our future games. So let's give it a shot. Alright, so we've made our really bad game. Like, this probably is the worst game we ever made. Which is fine, we're not going to be releasing this anyway. However, it does look like we're going to keep the EXP that we gained, which is good because 3D graphics V2 is already halfway to level 2. So let's trash the game and see what happens. Yeah, sure, whatever. Trash it. Alright, we gained some new research, which is fine. But I don't see anywhere to generate a game report. Yeah, I don't see it on the main menu or on the individual menus, so to me that means we cannot generate a game report for a trashed game. Well, at least now we know. Anyway, while these guys are training, I think we're going to do some contract work and train Kelly, because she deserves at least one training session, right? Alright, so right now I'm actually training Kelly, because she needs a training session, and hopefully it won't affect the game that much. But she was generating points even if we never put her in charge of anything, so maybe it was a bad move. But we'll see what happens. First off, let's look at platform. So what I really want to do is make a game for the TES64. Mostly because I have a few more memories of the N64 than the the PlayStation. In fact, I'm not even sure if I've ever seen a PlayStation. I've seen a PS2, but I don't think I've ever seen an original. Seen a lot more Nintendo consoles. But anyway, this idea is actually from Apple Ghost. The game idea is Starfax, which will be an either airplane, UFO, space, or alien action game where you play as Fax McCloud. Actually, I think it should be Fax McLeod, who is a rough and tough mercenary fax machine who's been hired along with his companions to deal with the old office technology that claim they're the only ones that can rule Lilet Corp. Visit exotic locales like the bathroom with poisoned water, the snowy roof, and the water cooler in space, if that makes any damn sense. Starfax, coming to a console near you, maybe. The important thing, though, is it's a fax machine fighting old technology. Which makes sense since I think this is, what, 1992? Fax machines might have been fairly high-tech then. So I definitely want to do this idea on the TES64, mostly because I played a lot of Star Fox when I was younger. It just holds a lot of sentimental value to me. Additionally, we just got that new game engine, which I think really matches Star Fox. We got a V2 3D graphics, multiplayer. I mean, that sounds pretty perfect to me. So let's try it out. So of course, we only have one game engine that makes sense, the new one. And the genre is going to be action. As for the topic, we had a few options, so let me look at our data real quick. We have a bit of data on action. Obviously, we have nothing on the TES64. We don't have much on space, though. Yeah, let's do something about space. What about the audience, though? I mean, looking at what we know about the TES and the Gameling, I'm thinking the audience should probably be young. That's just what makes sense for the Nintendo stuff so far. Of course, it's going to be a medium game, and I guess that does everything. We just need to name it Starfax. I think Starfax will do. It doesn't need any sort of subtitles yet, so this will be good. Of course, we're doing the next level of 3D graphics. Only thing that makes sense. So as you can see from the features, when we developed our last trash game, I disabled everything. Because after all, the whole point was just to make a game and then try to do a game report on it. But it didn't work. So this is... This is an action game, and it seems like there's two negative signs here, so this is very not important. So I'm guessing gameplay, fairly important, engine, probably important? I don't know. Yeah, let's do something like this. So for the engine, we're gonna have save games and multiplayer. Personally, I love Star Fox multiplayer. I don't think I actually ever played the single player, but I do know that for the Star Fox single player game, the story in quest was sort of branching. But in this case, since I don't want to invest anything into story quests, I don't think I can do the branching storylines. It's just a bit more complicated than I want to do. If I do it and try to do the minimum investment for that, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a lot more than I actually want to give. Yeah, that's like way too much. That's way more than I want to invest when I don't want to invest in story and quests at all. So simple cutscenes will have to do. As for gameplay, I guess tutorial makes sense. Better user experience. Did Star Fox have character progression? Not really, but we can fit it in. Let's just get the minimum investment needed. Come on, a little more. There we go. So we have the minimum investment needed, so we'll handle it like that. So now to parse out work, of course, engine will go to Erica. We'll put visor on gameplay. And for story and quest, I don't know. We can give it to Marcus. That'll probably be good. So this looks like a Nigerian scam. Pretty sure it is. But what I think is interesting is this last line here. It says, Red Neared. They totally misspelled our name again. Like that previous game report. Well, not game report, the game article. Which makes me wonder if, by chance, that typo in that first article was part of the game. It wasn't just some sort of weird, freaky accident. The whole point of that article was to tell us that, oh, we have an article floating around with the wrong name for the company, so the Nigerians can see it and then try to propose to us with the wrong company name. If that's what that thing was, then that's awesome, and I'm thoroughly impressed by this. But of course, we're not going to give them money because it's a Nigerian scam. Hell no. Alright, looks like our hype is rolling. At least it's something, right? Oh, looks like another media inquiry. It's alright, let's do the interview. Uh-oh, this is one of the hype things. Do we want to hype? I think we want to hype. I mean, look at our technology level. We almost have 20, and we're not even halfway done with the first development cycle. Let's hype the shit out of this. We're gonna go all the way. All right. In fact, we might even start a campaign right now. Start it early. We're gonna do a large campaign. It's quite a bit of money, but I think it might be worthwhile. Okay. It's an action game. Action game. Well, I think level design has to be important. Artificial intelligence probably is important. Dialogue may be important. All right, but what about features? Can we do a dialogue tree? Yeah, we can support a dialogue tree. We'll do better AI, level design, Easter eggs. I think there were a lot of Easter eggs in Star Fox, right? Actually, were there? You know, I actually only played the multiplayer, I think. Really, the only chance I had to play this game was during one of my summer camps. They had an N64, and we played a lot of multiplayer Star Fox. But whatever, in terms of level design, we can support Easter eggs, so we'll do it. Anyway, partitioning the work, Erica is going to do artificial intelligence, because that's one of the few things that I'm pretty sure is tech-heavy. Visor can do level design. That should work out fine. And dialogue, we can give Marcus. Yeah, Marcus will be fine. This will do. Oh, Kelly finished her training, so she should start generating points as well. Hopefully a lot of research points, because that's why I keep her around. Oh, looks like the Super TES is gone, and we only did one game for it, but we did make $3.5 million. So at least we covered our licensing cost. Art Johnson's efficiency is getting a little low, though. A bit concerned about that. Anyway, so this is space action, so sound is important. Honestly, for me, graphics and sound are just really sort of close together. Both are things that you need to immerse yourself into the game. I can't really think of a game where, like, sound would be more important than graphics, or graphics is more important than sound. I'm sure in this game there are things like that, but it just doesn't make any sense to me anyway. Whatever, moving on. I think if we want both world design features, we can probably handle it. We just need to up world design a little bit. Actually, I guess I've been talking about minimum requirements a lot. Basically, I think when you do features, you need to have the minimum requirement, as in have the thing not say 50% to get the benefits of said feature. At least that's what I think. Anyway, back to dividing the work. I probably want to divide everything between Art Johnson and Marcus. But if I do it this way, Marcus is overworked. On the other hand, Art Johnson's efficiency is already dropping. Do I really want to make him do a bunch? This isn't bad. Everyone's under 100%, so that's good. Yeah, let's do that. Hype's looking good. Bugs are looking a little high, but we have a retarded amount of technology. What's this? A bunch of companies fell for the Nigerian scammers. Awesome. Glad we weren't one of those. Yeah, so they can't do anything about it. No big deal. We weren't affected by it. Look at that. Hype is still rising. Just need to take care of all the bugs. Actually, Hype seems stuck right now. Yeah, that's good enough. We're still getting so many points, though, so I don't know if we want to finish it yet. Plus, we're not losing Hype yet. This seems fairly stable, so I guess we probably should finish. Yeah, let's finish. Before we lose all our Hype. New records in every category. This better be... Ooh, shit. So I got a 1.8x bonus for a new topic, new combo, and good management. Interesting. Huh. Did I really never have a game that was well managed before this? It's kind of ridiculous. But ignoring that, this looks pretty damn good. We have a new record for technology, new record for design, retarded amount of hype. I mean, and I think for an action game, higher level technology makes sense. So this better fucking work. I want a bestseller, damn it. Yeah, whatever, salary increase, no big deal. Oh, really? Even more stuff to research? Well, I think this is alright. I think after our next game, we're going to level up 3D graphics to level 3, which should mean we need to start working on a new game engine after that. So we'll do all of that, as well as these new topics. As for the research points required, well, we'll worry about that next episode. For now, let's just see those final reviews. Alright, Star Facts, what you got for me? I was kind of hoping for a 10. Okay, 8. 8's not bad. As long as it doesn't drop to a 7. Okay, 8. Okay, I'm okay with this. There's no 7s. It's alright. It's 8 across the board. It's not bad. So this wasn't great, but we probably came out pretty well in terms of money. If we did buy a global campaign, who knows? Well, we'll see what happens. Let's go see the final sales numbers. Okay, so first up, the game report. Space and action was a great combination, and it looks like the platform and genre was a good match. So the only unknown is whether audience was a good match with the space, and whether the audience was a good match with the platform. I still kind of wish this game did a little better. Don't get me wrong, the score was good, but, well, you'll see when we get to the sales numbers. We're not actually making that much money. Now, even though we got a new record and everything, we still got this additional insight that everyone has to be working on the game. I'm assuming this is because we were training Kelly the same time we were developing the game. Well, I won't do that again in the future, but I'm not sure how much it really mattered in this case. Like I said, we set new records in everything. I guess my biggest concern is hype. Now, don't get me wrong, the interview was the right move. According to the articles after the game release, they agreed with my assessment that the game was going to be a great success, and our sales actually improved because of it. So that's not the issue. The issue is, when you look at the final sales numbers, it's not that great. We made $1.3 million. And I have really two main concerns here. One, I probably should not have spent that much money on that large campaign. I think it might have been a waste of money. Two, I'm wondering whether self-publishing is the right move. Yeah, I do make about the same money if I ignore the money I spent on marketing, but the problem is the number of fans I'm gaining is very, very low. Like, this is lower than Hannibal, and that's a game we made a while ago. And really, the low fan numbers are why I keep trying to hype my game. I need some way to increase my fans dramatically, but it's just not happening. So maybe I'll try to work with a publisher again in the future. If anything, they can move a lot of units, and I think that helps my fan gains. But we'll have to try that in a future episode. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.